How are you feeling after the international break? And it must have felt great, especially off the back of a great win in Madrid.
Well, it gives you time to reflect on such a positive start. The way the players played, the energy they gave, the results were fantastic in the first part of the season, especially the final one before the break, going away to Atleti, going down to 10 players and still being able to rescue the result. I think just shows a lot of the character. So great first part, gives you a small window to reflect. Still working with the players that were here, and really those players will be used and hopefully really well in this next block, because there were players that were injured in the first block of the season, so now we can get them up to speed. So it wasn't a wasted window, it was a working window as always for us.
Do you have an update on the squad? Have you seen many of them yet and in full health as much as you can be?
Yeah, all right now I don't think we have, touch wood, any injuries, but we've got assessments this morning, and then once we know that, we'll know what team we're working with. But they had a good international window, lots of highs as well, so hopefully they come back in a positive frame and obviously physically ready to go into the weekend.
So what threat do Brighton pose this weekend? Because I bet the girls are looking forward to getting straight back into WSL action. Yeah,
especially as I say, they've come off a good window. So I think Brighton have, they don't concede many goals. They have a good attacking threat. Unfortunately, Michelle Adjamang has taken an ACL injury, and I wish her all the very best in her recovery. But they have plenty of attacking threat, and Dario's got them playing really, really well. So we've got to understand the threats that they have, but also continue the great form that we have. And I think I'm going to remind our players of just what the detail is within that this morning when we meet this morning. So I think all in all, we've got to expect another really tough tie, and we've got to go and give it our all.
Your group is a very tight-knit group, and I guess in some ways it's probably a blessing that you've got the journey together to Brighton and to just really get the band back together.
I mean, there's plenty of time to travel down to Brighton, so yeah, but again, I can't stress enough, when the players come in, there's a real buzz. I know when we have the meeting this morning, I'll allow it to leave it for like 2 or 3 minutes, even though we start at 9:30. I'll allow it just because the energy will be great, and they'll be talking to each other, they'll be buzzing, they've had breakfast together, but there's just a great energy, so I just leave that in the room. And I think that's unique. I'm sure it's not unique just to us, but it is unique in our environment, the energy levels that they bring in. So I'm really looking forward to putting that, and I'll remind them of that when we go into Brighton, that we need really great energy, because it's a tough ask. It's a long travel, but it's also a tough ask against a tough opponent.
This is an exciting few weeks for Manchester United's women's team, because as well as Brighton this weekend, we are looking ahead to plenty more Champions League action. PSG at Old Trafford. We need plenty of people there to come and support us. How much is that in the back of your mind, even when you're thinking about this weekend?
Of course, I think, look, I take game by game, but with this game coming ahead and with our fans, like I was brought up, and not being from Manchester, but I was brought up on the great Manchester United teams in Europe. And when I remember what Old Trafford what was like in those moments, it reminds me of the Theatre of Dreams, and that's what's always stuck with me. And I think we want to create our own memories for that. So we need our fans to come and create that noise and that energy. So, we're making history again, and we want our fans to be a huge part of that, because we don't want to play in front of empty stadiums. We want to make sure we fill Old Trafford if we can. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, get your ticket, because it's going to be really important. The players will give you absolutely everything, and as I say, we're making history, and I want everybody to experience it.
It's got all the ingredients for an exciting game as well. We've seen what it was like in Madrid. There are a few ups and downs there. We've got an update on Dom as well.
Yeah, so Dom unfortunately misses the PSG game. It's a one-match ban. You can't appeal against the UEFA ruling, so it's come back that it's a one-match ban. So she will miss the PSG game, but obviously hopefully be all ready for the games coming up and beyond that. So, but we have great cover in there as well, which we're really looking forward for those players to get their opportunity to.
Just shows that we have a great squad, and they're all excited to be part of this journey.
Yeah, for sure, and you'll see everything. When one comes out, one goes in and gives absolutely everything for the team. And I'm lucky and privileged as a manager to have that kind of capability within our team. But it's the mental capability. That's the difference between us. You can see it in this part of the year. We have this mentality where we just don't want to get beat, and that's going to hold us in good stead going into all this block of games that are really, really exciting.
Well, good luck to the weekend.
Thank you.